Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Harebrained Games Week in Review. Last week we talked about some conventions that were going on, one far away in Germany and one right here in the foothills of the Cascades in Washington. I was able to go yesterday to Oct-O-Con, which has been a convention going around, it's about 6-7 years now. And this was an interesting year. Very low attendance this year. There were a lot of things going on. It turns out hunting season is pretty popular, as well as a bunch of other things going on. And so we ended up with extremely low attendance this year. So we went from our high last year to our low this year. And that might sound depressing, but actually it wasn't. We ended up making a one-day convention out of it. And we ended up having a great time. Because I've always said, whether you have 1 or 1,000, you're going to take each interaction one by one. The games you play are going to be like this many people out of this many people. So when you have 1 or 2 people, you still have the same gaming opportunities, right? And it was a great time. We played a lot of games that I haven't had the chance to play because I play a lot of solo games. And all in all, I made a new gaming friend, and anything that makes me new gaming friends is a good thing. So yeah, so that was fun, and that's the week in review. Now coming up next week, as I said, the Essen will be in full gear. Waiting to hear news on Board Game Geek about all of the people that are attending and some of the new stuff coming out. I know some of it, but I don't know like a ton of all of the new games coming out other than the ones I've already pre-ordered or put on my wish list. In other news, for those of you who want an opportunity that haven't taken advantage of it, on BoardGameGeek.com, they do one of the most amazing and fun events of the year, something I look forward to from July on, and that is the gift exchange. And the idea for BoardGameGeek.com is that members, of which there are hundreds of thousands, will all sign up, some of them, well, not all of them, that would be insane, but they sign up to basically buy a gift for someone and receive a gift from someone. It's a Secret Santa exchange program. I have had the most amazing time doing this over the years. Some of the years it's simple, like, hey, I sent you a gift, thank you. Oh, I got a gift, thank you. Other times, I have been overwhelmed. One of the things I've learned about the board game community is that they are incredibly giving people. Incredibly giving people. There have been stories of people who have literally driven across Europe to hand deliver a game just for the sake of being able to say, hey, this is cool, this is special, I'm doing this for you. That's cool. I have had people deliver 4 games instead of 1. On multiple times I've had people deliver multiple games. Last year, I actually had someone local. I actually got to hand deliver with my Santa hat the presents. So if anyone's interested and they want to take part of this, because it really is a fun time, go to BoardGameGeek.com and look at the very top left and you'll see the Secret Santa. And with that, let's get to our 3 games of the week. Okay, first up is a little Kickstarter I had from a gentleman who likes to do little fun games that aren't terribly taxing, but are interesting on all the right. Burgle Brothers is one, and I believe Word Domination. Anyway, but we have Fugitive. Now, Fugitive is curious. Fugitive it's a 2-player only game. One of you is a fugitive. One of you is trying to catch the fugitive. It's very simple. Few cards. There it is. The art style is that old style art, kind of like, hey, Dick Tracy kind of feel, and pens and papers, and it really is it's a number guessing game. When it comes down to it, it's about guessing numbers, but it's so clever because you have to be pretty clever. And I actually haven't done as well as the Fugitive than I have the Cop, because I tend to like to think through things, and someone with a real math mind is probably going to have an easier time than someone going, I don't know. But you're a numbers game trying to guess the numbers, and you try to guess the number the Fugitive's on, and they all go from 1 to high number, 50s, 60s, etc. But anyway, this is a great little game that you can play in about 10 minutes, and you can switch sides, and you can pretty much stick it in a backpack or a suitcase. That's a good one. One of the things we played at the convention that took me a little bit by surprise was Viral. I was surprised for 2 reasons. One, it's really, really clever. And in Viral, you are viri trying to attack a human body. And different zones of the body, the lungs, the kidneys, the heart, are all all different zones that you attack using your little virus pieces. And every player is contending against, do you want to be the best virus attacker person thingy mabobber. Clever movement such. It's almost like Cold Express, as in Head Cold Express, because you're taking kind of forewarned four moves. You're taking sort of programmed moves to figure out where you're going to go and what you're going to do when you get there. Are you going to go into the lungs and put some of your viruses down? Are you going to go into the kidneys and attack someone? Because it is area control. Really, it's bodily area control. Had a great time with it. I wouldn't recommend it for less than 4, I don't think, because I think it would be a little bit too sparse. 3 is probably okay, I guess. You might get a little bit more of that, but I definitely didn't like the 2-player variant on this when I was messing with it. But 4 players or more, cute artwork, so you don't really have to worry too much about offending people. We had some medical personnel there who got a kick out of it. Everyone knows this isn't a real human body, or else it would be like soggy. Anyway, and finally, our third and last game is one that I've had unopened for about 5 months because I was hoping to introduce it to my wife. It's called Century Spice Road. For those of you who played Splendor, or games like Splendor, which is kind of the previous hit of the last couple years for games that are smooth and simple and rather elegant. This is a game, it's almost like a solitaire feel where you're just like, yep, you go through the motions, you're picking this card, you're building that card. Very simple, using cubes, 4 colors of cubes, and on your turn, like Splendor, you're like taking a very simple action. You're playing a card, you're buying a card, you're buying a victory point card. That's about it, basically. So simple turns, but entertaining. Now, there are 2 types of people that I've found. Two types of people that in game styles. One of which is trying everything new and then jumping right to something else new, and that's me. I am Newman. I like to try stuff, and I think that's great. I got it. I feel I get a geek for it. Whoosh, on to the next one. Then there are those people that are like, no, I like this. I want to stay here. These are the people that don't island hop. They go, this is a nice, quiet island. I'm going to stay here forever. People that play Splinter. My wife is that kind of style. She'll play literally hundreds and hundreds of games of Splendor because she enjoys it. It's fun. Or Dominion. Or Innovation, oddly enough. But she won't want to try this game and then tomorrow we're going to try that game and that game. That doesn't work for me, but that's what I groove on. So Century Spice Road would be more for the type of person who is on that vein, like, this is pleasant. I got in a rhythm. You're kind of almost in a mindless rhythm of like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. I grab this card, I grab this card. It's nice. I won, I lost. Let's just do it again. It's like the lazy river of games. So this is one to try if you're into that kind of mindset, or you've heard of Splendor, which if you haven't, this isn't a review, so I'm not going to like explain everything in detail, other than to say that you could pick this game up quickly. The instructions are 1 piece of paper, double-sided. And that's basically it for this week. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next week on Harebrained Games.